All right, y'all. I'm gonna tackle a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So if you've been keeping up with sports news and entertainment news, you've seen that the great Tom Brady, All-American quarterback, future first ballot Hall of Famer without question, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. Him and his wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen, is rumors that they're basically on the verge of getting a divorce. And it's rumored that the divorce is because Tom Brady does not want to retire from playing in the NFL. Tom Brady was supposed to retire at the end of last season. He decided to come back and play again. And from what we're hearing, Gisele, his wife, is pissed about it. She is rumored that she's been trying to get him to retire since 2019. But he keeps playing. He's won a Super Bowl in what was that, 2020, 2021 season. And people looking like, when is it going to end? Tom Brady's been playing in the NFL for 22 years. I think he had 22 years. He has 7 Super Bowls, which is the most of any player we've ever seen. Most of any player, right? How old is Tom Brady? Tom Brady is, let's look it up. Tom Brady is 45 years old. He's playing much longer than the average player plays and even the average quarterback. So you got some people that look like, man, Tom Brady is being selfish. Your wife wants you home with the kids. She's a supermodel. She makes more money than you. She's willing to step back from her career. Why can't you do the same? Why can't you come home and spend the rest of your time with your kids? You have nothing to prove. You're the GOAT already. What more can you prove to solidify your legacy? Like, it's nothing more that you can do. Your legacy is cemented. Everything else after that is just add-ons. Chalk it up and go home with your wife, right? And while some people say, and I get it, you know, your wife wants you to come home and be with her. You play for a long time, much longer than what the average player does. She just wants you to be, she want to probably just vacation with you, so on and so forth. But I'm going to say this. Some people say Tom Brady is being selfish, but at what point, I really want to, and I want to ask the married couples. I've never been married before in my life, been in a long-term relationship before, but I've never been married. At what point do you put your own happiness, your spouse's happiness, over your own in its entirety, right? Like, what is the dividing line between the two? I want to ask all the married couples, because some people would say that Tom Brady is being selfish. And while they say that, I want to ask other people. Let somebody tell you, let your wife or your significant other tell you to leave your passion alone. Leave it alone. Be done with it. I'm tired of it. Come home and be with me. And let me know how you feel. If your spouse gave you an ultimatum, leave your passion alone. Be done with it. It's done. I'm tired of it. You've given it all this time. It's over with. Come home and be with us, or I'm through. How would you feel? Right? Something that you've been doing since you were a kid. It makes you happy inside. Tom Brady loves being on that football field. You can tell by how he talks in interviews, the passion that he gets from winning Super Bowls, how he talks when he wins a Super Bowl. Which one is your favorite ring? The next one, another one, and another one. You know, as DJ Khaled would say. Right? So look, Tom Brady can walk away from the game of football forever. He can give his wife what she wants. He can acquiesce to her wants and needs and say, you know what, I'm going to just go home and be with the kids and be with you, baby, right? But I promise you, that man would be miserable inside. Being a stay-at-home dad, knowing that he left great years of football out on that field. Knowing that he's still playing at an all-time high, like at a high, 45 years old, still playing at a high, he will be miserable inside, knowing that he walked away from the game at this moment in his career. And again, man, like, I don't know, like, as a spouse, would you be able to live with the fact that you know your spouse is really unhappy inside? Internally, he's not happy. But because you got what you want, you cool with it. Like, I'm really trying to figure that out. You know, would you rather your man stop? Would you, women, I'm asking, would you rather your man stops doing what he loves and pretends to be happy at home while he's dreading it inside, because internally he knows that what I love to do, my passion, I still have some great years left to do that. And I really wanted to do that. And I really wanted to just live that out. But my wife wanted me to be home, so I'm going to do that. But, like, I'm trying to be happy and it's not working. Would you rather your man be like that? Or would you let your man live out his passion until eventually he can't do it anymore, and then he accepts that it's done, and he decides to just say, hey, no team want me on their roster. I'm not a starting quarterback anymore. It's time for me to go home. Because eventually he's going to hit that curve. He's going to hit that drop off. You know what I mean? We're seeing small signs of it coming soon. Right now, you're seeing some small little signs of it. Eventually, he's going to hit that drop off, and he's going to tail off, and it's going to be over with at some point. But for right now, the brother loves playing football. That's his passion. That's what he loves to do. It will kill I promise you, it would eat at that man alive, knowing that he has some great years left of football to play, and he left it home to be a stay-at-home dad. That doesn't mean he doesn't love his wife. That doesn't mean he doesn't love his children. Right? He can love them, have moved them where he's at. You know, six months of the year he's playing football, training camp, might be a year, like a month or so or something like that, and he can spend in vacation with the family all throughout the summertime and spring and so on and so forth. Right? But for this moment, he still want to be out on that field. Like, what would you do at that point? Like, and this comes to the bigger picture. You have to know the person you're marrying before you marry them. Tom Brady is an ultimate competitor to the highest degree. He gets a rush off of doing what he does. He loves it. He lives and breathes for this game. And would you would you let that, again, that man is on a journey. And sometimes you can't stop a man while he's on a journey to get what he's been striving for and working hard for his entire life. He's been striving for this type of legacy. It's a guy that was underlooked for majority of his, from his high school career, college career, coming into the NFL. He was overlooked and looked at as the underdog. And he's been playing with that chip on his shoulder for the rest of his career. And he thrives off, doing great things in football. And it makes him happy inside. The brother just he's possibly going through a divorce. And I know that man I know he loved his wife. I don't know his heart, but I can tell he loved his wife. He loved his kids. He went up there and just said, I don't plan on retiring. No retirement talks no time soon for me. That's how you know that brother loves that game. So, I don't know, man. It's just like, do you try to get your man to do what you want him to do? Or what you feel like is right? And he be miserable? Or do you let him just continue to live in his passion, man? Sometimes, in this instance, she knew Tom Brady was when she got with him, he was Tom Brady at that point. He was like Tom when she started dating him. You know what I mean? He was Tom. He was up there, right? So she had to know, man, my dude is really into this game. What am I going to do? Is this going to be too much for me? I love you, but I don't know. You got to fill it out. And he ain't ready to separate from this game. Sometimes, man, again, when a man is on a purpose and he's on a journey, you got to let that man get what he's striving for, man. Let that man live in his purpose while he still can. You got to let that man live in his purpose while he still can, because sometimes that's the only time a man can be 100% at peace within himself. When he's living in his purpose and doing what he loves to do. And a man living in his purpose is providing for his children, providing for his family, providing for his wife, having great times with his family, enjoying family time, but also doing the thing that he loves to do, the things that he wakes up every morning for. Some people have never lived and done nothing that they get up and they feel exuberant about doing it. They wake up every morning like, man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. They feel emphatic about what they're doing. They feel man. They feel passionate about what they're doing. If you were to ask the late great Stuart Scott about being an ESPN broadcaster, an ESPN sports anchor, he would tell you he was born for that. He was supposed to do that. That was his purpose in life. And if his lady would say, babe, when you gonna stop doing that, babe? We done. Let's go and just travel. Cut it out. He would probably look at her like, babe, what you mean? He would look at her like she crazy. This is what I love to do, baby. When you got with me, this is what I was doing. This is what makes me happy every single day. Yes, you make me happy too, baby. I'm not saying you don't make me happy. Cause Tom ain't saying his wife don't make him happy. But he like, don't make me pick and give me an ultimatum, because this is me living in my purpose, man. I give y'all a quick anecdote, man. Me, when I do these videos with y'all, I don't just like I do it because, not because I don't dread doing these videos. I love making these videos, bro. Every day, every time I do these videos, I feel like this is what I'm born to do this. I'm born to talk to people. I'm born to give my opinion on sports, entertainment, news. I was born to engage in dialogue about sports, to speak on certain platforms. I feel like that's what I was called to do in my life. My mama feels like I was born to do this. That's why she got me the sports almanac. She got me all the different books on sports. She got me certain things because she wanted to feed into what I had a passion for. She saw me being a sports broadcaster. She knew I loved doing that. She knew I loved to talk. She knows, like my mama, when I was living with my mom making videos, my mama let me do my thing because she knows that's what made me happy, right? She knows, like, man, my son, he loved doing that. Y'all, I promise y'all, I get in front of this thing every day and I love talking to y'all. I want to just get up here. I feel like, like I wake up like, man, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I work a regular 9 to 5 every day, but I don't feel like I'm called to do that. I feel like I'm called to do this. And until I get where I'm supposed to go, again, I'm going to work that 9 to 5 until I get where I'm supposed to go, but I live and breathe for this, right? So, I promise y'all, and again, I'm not, throwing her under the bus. A great, amazing woman. My son's mother, she would get tired of me doing this at times, right? We chilling out, we laying down, watching TV. I'm thinking, dang, I got to talk about this on the sports. I got to talk about this on the show. Hey, okay. Okay, baby, let me go ahead and go make this video right quick. I'll be right back. Let me go make 2 videos. She getting tired of it. Man, why you keep wanting to do this sometimes? Why you can't just watch TV why you can't do it till the morning? Well, baby, if I don't do it right now, I may not get the views I want to get. I got to strike while the iron's hot in order for me to, I don't know how to figure out the YouTube algorithm. I got to strike while the iron's hot so that my videos can be one of the top videos up there when I make it and I do my due diligence so people can get, my content and see it, right? And she like, man, why we can't just watch TV sometimes, right? And sometimes it would be a thing, but then ultimately she had to know, she knew at times, and it was a thing sometimes for real. It was like a push and pull sometimes with that. But ultimately she knew this is what made me happy. When I had a hard day at work and I was feeling beat up and defeated at work coming home and stressed out, yes, I love to see her and I love to see my children. But also, she know this is really what my purpose and my calling is. So it was like, I got to let him live in his calling so that he can be 100% happy. Because no matter what, if I'm not doing this, if somebody told me I could never do this again, a piece of me going to be missing at heart until I feel like I ain't supposed to do this no more. And ultimately, you know what? Yeah, I love doing this. I looked at it like this. I mean, baby, I'm going to use my gift of gab to get us where we got to go and get us where we need to be. I'm not no millionaire. I don't get just thousands on top of thousands sitting around in my bank account. But I feel like I can get that with me being able to live out my passion and live out my dream by talking to y'all and using my gift of gab to be able to entertain people, to be able to capture people, to be able to get people to hear me out. And this is what I love doing. And she knew that. Yeah, she made me happy. My kids made me happy. But again, a piece of me was going to be missing if I wasn't doing this. So she had to let me rock out and do what I like to do. And eventually she got me the camera. She got me the tripod, so on and so forth. And fed into that because she knew this is what I like to do. Right? So I said to the same man, sometimes you got to know who you with and know what makes them happy. And then as long as they still fulfilling you and making you feel on top of the world, and still doing things with their children, and with your children, and still, fulfilling their duties as a man, as a husband, so on and so forth, Like, let him rock out, baby. Let Tom live out what he want to do, man. That man is on a mission, and a man is on a mission, let him live in his purpose, man. That's the only time. Let him live in his purpose while he can, because sometimes that's the only time he can be 100% at peace. You can take him away from that game of football, and he can be home and happy with the kids and happy with you, but internally he's gonna be conflicted. It's gonna be some rumblings in him that say, man, I shouldn't have left the game that soon. Which is why you see some great athletes like Derek Jeter don't get married. They don't get married or start a family until they know they are retired from the game that they love. Because they know at some point there may be a conflict of interest between him and his wife and his family. She may say, no, baby, I'm tired of you doing this. I'm tired of you doing that. It's done for, cut it out. And he may not be ready to leave. And again, some people be like, you know what? Gisele she make more money than Tom does. They don't need the money, but it ain't about the money for him. That's what he loves. This is what he feel like he's born and destined to do. Play football. Some people say he can get another job. He can be a sportscaster, a broadcaster, a commentator. He can be a coach. I can tell you right now, I bet you Tom Brady has no desire to do none of that. He wants to be the quarterback. He has a passion to be QB number 1. And that's it. That's all. He has a passion to be probably a husband, a father, but also QB number 1. And baby, if he ain't out here cheating on you willy-nilly, making outside kids and you know, doing all of that, let that man rock out and be happy, man. Let him do what he like to do. You know, people like, well, you know, again, he done made all this money already. He don't what? They don't need the money. Again, it's not about the money, man. You know, and because I see people saying, I saw somebody say this, man. You know, people that's doctors and attorneys and dentists, they go on to have a career for 40-some years. Don't nobody say nothing to them. It's not expected for them to retire. And people are like, well, that's different. NFL players make mega millions, so they don't need to keep playing for a long time. It's like, listen, it's not about the money. This is what I love to do. Tom is playing well beyond the years of an NFL player. He's gonna slow down at some point. It's gonna come. But while he's at this high, he like, look, I'm gonna keep riding this out until I can't no more. The same way Jerry Rice did. The same way LeBron James is currently doing right now. And Savannah James is saying, you know what? I'm gonna let my dude rock out and let him be in his peace. I'm gonna let him playing. LeBron is in his 20th year. And LeBron got a few more years to keep playing. And I know she ain't Savannah chilling. She ain't telling him to retire. The kids miss you. We need you to be at home. Come home, retire. Stop playing this game. It's just a game. It's just a game. While it may be just a game to you as the wife, it's more than a game to that man. That's what that man been doing since he was yay high. That's what got him, for LeBron James, this is what got him out of poverty. And while Tom Brady may not have lived in poverty, that's what ultimately got him to the riches. Before he even knew who Gisele was, before Gisele was on his radar. That's what got him to where he is, that got him to lucrative money. Playing that game. That game, she feel like it's just a game. That's what got him to the heavens that made him feel elated. That game, that sport. So let him rock out, man. Like, and again, some say again, Gisele makes more than Tom. So they have enough money and it's all good. She sacrificed, she stopped modeling and all that. So what? Because Gisele she chose to stop modeling and she make more money. She was always making money before him. He's supposed to capitulate to her because she had money before him? Like, no, man. Like, Tom had money before her as well, just as I just said. She got to recognize what she signed up for. She signed up to be with a professional football player, not just a professional football player. She signed up to be with the top dog, right? She signed, and again, she probably figured he was going to stop and he wasn't going to play this long. He's playing longer than we ever imagined him to play. But that's what comes with the territory when you dating or you're married to a player that's considered to be one of the greatest of all time. Like Savannah James is married to LeBron, and he's considered to be one of the greatest of all time. Now, while Savannah didn't have this lucrative career outside of LeBron, where she's making more than LeBron, she didn't have that like Gisele does, but she recognized that's what keeps her man at peace internally. So she gonna let him rock out, man. And I'm gonna say this too, for men, this is a lesson because Tom allegedly promised his wife things. He promised he would retire twice before, or, and he reneged on it. So I'm going to say this to men. Never say things to your wife just to get her to shut up. Don't agree to things. Don't agree. Excuse me. Men, don't agree to things with your wife just to get her to shut up. Just because you don't want to hear her talk, don't just say, okay, yeah, baby, okay, yeah. Just so she stopped talking to you and she stopped bugging you about it. If you don't agree to it, say you don't agree. Because the moment you agree and you renege, she's going to look at you like you're less than and you broke your promise and you broke her heart. Tell her how you really feel. Let her know how you really feel. Don't just say, okay, baby, I'll stop playing, just to get her, to keep her happy and to keep her quiet and keep her from talking about it. Because men do that. Men will just say something just because we don't want the woman to talk about it and all that. Sometimes you got to be the bad guy. If you got to do it, you got to do it. But if you know that's not going to make you happy, you got to say, no, I can't do that. I love doing this, and I can't get it up, baby. I'm sorry. Tom don't want to stop playing football, man. This man is on the verge of a divorce. And I know that it's hurting that man that he love his wife and he love his kids, but he like, I don't want to retire. He looked like that's what he loved doing, man. Even though the team is struggling right now a little bit, they struggling. He like, I'm supposed to be out here. I'm supposed to be throwing touchdowns, man. I'm supposed to be leading teams to Super Bowls and still winning championships. And that's what he want to do, man. But Tom, if you promise your wife and you reneged on it, it does look bad. So men, don't just tell your wife something just so you can get her to shut up and just say, oh my God, she bugging me. She bugging me. No, if you don't feel like that, just admit it. I ain't put your foot down. Yeah, just admit it and say, you know what? No, baby, I can't do that. I can't tell you yes. Because I know if I tell you yes right now, I can say that right now. But at the end of the season, I'm going to be like, damn, I want to go back out there. And then what? And if I tell you I want to go back out there after I told you I'm going to stop, then I'm public enemy number one. Then you talking about how low down and dirty I am and how wrong I am and how selfish I am. No, I told you I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear just because I want you off my back. No, sometimes men, you got to have a real conversation with your wife, and you don't have to be arrogant or ignorant or mean to her. Explain it just how I explained it. If I told you to stop doing your passion, you know what I mean? How would you feel? And I think women are wired differently because sometimes women will give up everything for the dude they love. They will even put they spouse happiness over their own, right? Some women will, they pour their whole heart and soul into a man, and they just feel like they feel like their own happiness don't come before their spouse. I don't care nothing about me being happy. Whatever. Men, we want to make our woman happy. We want to make our kids happy. But at the same time, we still want to have our own identity. We still want to be happy within ourselves. We still want to be like, man, I got to live in my passion. I got to keep doing this. I'm not saying all women. A lot of women are wired differently. Not all women are like that, but a lot of women are wired like that, man. I just want to make my family happy. Whatever I got to do, it is what it is. Whatever I got to do to keep my marriage. If he want me to stop, working this job that I really love doing, I really love it, I'm going to just leave because my husband said so. A lot of men ain't wired like that. No, baby. I love doing this. I know I'm going to spend as much time with the kids as I got to. We're going to go here, there, and every day. We're going to go here, there, and everywhere during the off season. We're going to vacation. We're going to live it up. Even during the season, I'm going to have family night with y'all. I can do all of that. I can compromise in those areas. But, baby, I still want to be out there. I can't just get this up. I can't. And that's where men differ. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this subject in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Do you put your passion over your family? Do you pick your family over your passion? Or do you figure out a way to intertwine the two and make them coexist so where you can achieve 100% internal happiness? Or close to it at least. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.